This episode of the Cult Popture podcast was brought to you by our Patreon. If you want to tell us which films we should watch, get up to 2 extra exclusive podcasts a month, give us something to talk about in the post-credit scene at the end of each episode, or join us for our monthly movie club Zoom call where we discuss a film together, then please consider joining the cult and donating at www.patreon.com/cultpopture.
Hello, everybody, and welcome along to the Cult Popture podcast. My name is AJ.
And my name is... ya boy.
All right. We're off to a great start for an improv-heavy episode. So this week, Richard and I were like, all right, usually our episodes between film franchise fortnights, where we discuss a franchise every fortnight, we call them off weeks. And they're typically about often a relevant discussion. We have a discussion that's relevant to the current landscape.
And when we say off week, we're not meaning like the podcasts are off or anything like that. It's actually you can't really hear it because of our accents, but it's actually oft week, as in short for often to do with something, the big news of the week, or other goings on in pop culture.
Off week is short for often we can talk about other things.
Yeah.
And so, usually it's some kind of relevant pop cultural discussion. Sometimes it's a game. And last week we talked about how it was a joke we made about how we weren't very good at improv, which is a crucial component of being a successful podcast. And then somehow, in an effort to come up with an off-week idea that maybe gave us a bit of a break from all the hard work we'd been doing recently, but still provided an equal level of entertainment
stuff
for the
coming
listeners.
up as well. We've got a lot to watch coming up. So
yeah, that's true. We thought, hey, let's do something a little easier. Let's do something a little more chill. And so, what is this episode? I am so unclear on what we're actually doing today.
So this is the thing. I came up with the idea of this episode as a joke, and then we just kind of rolled with it. So the idea is that we've messaged our Discord and said, give us a bunch of offers like you would yell out at an improv night for a scenario where you would be like, okay, what's a scenario in which two people can meet? And so we made a private channel on our Discord so we could get sent offers, and you and I haven't seen them in advance, and then we will I was going to say show off our improv skills, but it's more about learning and honing and improving our improv skills.
Definitely something I want recorded and broadcast to the masses.
Yeah. I mean, so the thing is that it's like neither of us have ever really
Let's talk about this.
Yeah.
What's your relationship with improv comedy?
I studied acting, and a little bit of that was because improv comedy and improvisation is two kind of different things, or devising. Because I've done a lot of we get given a scene, or you read a page of a script, and then you kind of you just read it once and then you act the scene, and it's more about you read it to get the essence of it and then you work from there. And so it is very much about listening and reacting, and it's more just about feeling the emotion you're supposed to be feeling. Improv comedy adds a whole nother level to that, where you're also expected to be funny, although I think there is a lot of the bar is a lot lower for improv comedy. If you were to watch a scripted show and they're making the same jokes, but it's the fact that, oh my gosh, they came up with that right now, that makes it funny, or seeing them struggle to come up with something that's funny. And so I don't really like improv, and I don't like doing it.
No.
It's not something. It used to be something I enjoyed, and I was quite good at, I think, or had a bit of a knack for it. And I feel like now that I haven't done that in 10 years, I've lost my knack for it. And so not only is it not something I'm super comfortable doing, I also think you're better than me at it. And I
Whoa.
don't know why I thought this podcast would be a good idea, because it's not like I'm showing off how, good I am or anything.
So when I was younger and in high school, I wanted to be an actor. Like that was
Yeah.
that was the
Same.
first like legitimate future decision that I ever made. Before that, I was like, I want to make video games, but was not at all the type of person who would ever learn how to do that.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to be an actor for the longest time. And during year 12 drama, we were sitting around, our class was sitting around, and someone looked up at the Grease poster that we had in the room, because our school had done a production of Grease
Mm-hmm.
a year or so earlier, and they said, "Oh my god, I just realized that the Grease logo is the shape of a car, because the Grease logo is the shape of a car, and it's supposed to look like a car that spells Grease." And it's real obvious, and everyone laughed at her, and everyone was like, "LeMayo, did you only just realize that? Oh my god." Anyway, an hour or so later, we're playing Party Quirks, which is an improv game
Yeah.
where you have a quirk and you enter into a scene, and the host of the party has to guess who you are, right?
Yeah.
Based on how you act. And my quirk was, I've just made the greatest discovery of all time, or something like that. And so I rock in there and I'm just like, oh my god, my mind is blown. Oh my god. Oh, and then I was like, the Grease logo looks like a car. And no one laughed.
Oh,
And
no.
I was like, what? I was so confused. I was like, it's a callback, it's repetition, it's everything that I know, the very few things I knew about improv comedy at the time. It ticked all the boxes. And I was like, did no one get it? Or did everyone just fucking hate me? I don't know. But it really soured my experience, and it wasn't too long after that I was like, I think I want to be behind the camera now. And I still obviously can do acting, but I don't want to study it. I want to get cast in a movie because people have liked what I've already done, and not because I'm gunned for a role, you know. And I'm happy if that's fine if that never happens, you know.
Right.
It's fine if I never get afforded that opportunity. I'm not angry that I wouldn't.
I do.
And
yeah, no, continue. Sorry.
So that was a real turning point for me, where I suddenly realized how much I couldn't stand people not thinking I'm funny when I'm trying to be funny.
Yeah.
And it's happened a few times on this podcast, I won't lie, but them's the breaks. And it really made me decide I don't want to do improv, which I think could have potentially been a path I could have taken, because there's quite a large improv scene in the city that I live in. Probably the closest thing our city has to local celebrities are the local improv troupe. But it really some of them listen. So it really soured my experience, and I vowed I would never do any kind of professional improv because of that.
So we're going to open up this channel of offers, and I don't know. We don't know how many are in there, so we can't necessarily commit to doing all of them. But I imagine some of them will be like a couple of sentences long. And also, like, this isn't about like how well we can stay in character and like not break and laugh, because you know, you don't know that something's funny unless you hear someone else laughing. But just in case, I've just downloaded a canned laughter app so we can see what that sounds like. That did not work.
I've never heard you play a sound off your phone that played immediately. That's not a very good canned laughter. That's not the classic at all.
Okay, wait. There's a few different options.
So it's worth noting we did say make them pop culturally related. So that God, I don't like this at all. So that it's still on brand with the podcast. What is this episode gonna be called, Richard? I've written in our little Google spreadsheet. I've written pop cultural improv games. Is that what we're doing?
Sorry, would repeat that? I was too busy laughing along with female American laugh hearty.
Are we do? Is the episode called like pop cultural improv games? Is that a good title?
Yeah, I also like you called it earlier in the week. Richard and AJ teach themselves improv.
Okay, I'll call it that then. Is it so? We are playing characters. That's what we're doing. So we're going to read a situation and decide which character's going to be which.
Yeah, so I think it'll be like a shopkeeper or someone goes up to a shopkeeper and tries to return their DVD of The Informant, starring Matt Damon, and then I'll be like, okay, you be the shopkeeper, I'll be the.
It's weird being at the start of a podcast and thinking, I might not release the next hour.
Yeah. if this just cuts out now, you know that we didn't manage to teach ourselves.
Yeah, if the episode we signposted by making the Office chat on Discord doesn't come out, I guess we'll have to explain this because you won't even hear this part. So there you go.
Okay, I'm clicking onto the Office tab.
All right.
62 new messages.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my God, there's so many here. Okay. Oh God.
Okay, so we can't read them before we look at them, right?
Yeah. Okay. I can
and
already.
Is it just
I can
first
see
in,
the
first
two.
served, or are we going to go randomly through them?
I mean, it's going to be hard to go randomly. I guess we could. Okay.
How about you? I'll start at the bottom and you start at the top.
Okay.
So everyone in the middle is screwed.
Okay. Okay, here we go. First one. Dr. Frankenstein and Igor, after another failed attempt to bring the monster to life. Oh, God.
I'll be Igor. I can do a bit of Igor.
Okay.
I don't want to do this.
Okay. Igor?
Yes, master.
Could you come in here for a second?
Yes, I'll just set down my noodles.
What do you call this?
That is your monster, sire.
Well, it's not a monster, it's a corpse.
What's the difference?
Well, the monster is alive, it's scared of fire, and people call it Frankenstein.
Isn't that you?
No, it is me, although true wisdom is knowing that I'm the real monster.
You're afraid of fire? Are you not afraid of fire?
No, fire is the closest thing we have to power and weaponry.
So you're telling me if you were faced with a blazing flame, you would just walk right into it?
No, because not being afraid of something doesn't mean that I have to willingly walk into it. I'm not afraid of walls, but I wouldn't walk straight into one.
Why would you be afraid of walls?
Why would I be afraid of fire?
Because it's scary.
All right, we're getting well off track, Igor. It sounds like you are trying to distract me from the fact that you clearly have messed this up somehow.
I don't know what you're talking about. I bought you a corpse. You're the one who's supposed to bring it to life. I just pull the lever.
I was supposed to buy the corpse.
Well, I'll pull the lever. Look, I'm going over to the lever.
Yes?
And I'm pulling the lever. Do you want to give the command?
Yeah. Okay. Pull the lever. It's alive! Okay, cool. Scene. Oh, man, that was good improv, I think.
I just sound like Dr. Doofenshmirtz from Phineas and Ferb.
Okay, all right. Do you want to give us our next offer? So that's a little sample of what this podcast is going to be like.
So I want to reflect on that a bit. So
okay, let's debrief.
The very few rules I know about improv is like ones around, I mean, literally offering and blocking, and that like it's real. It's yes and. We've talked about this 1,000 times.
Yeah, but we've never really explained it. Like they might not even understand what we're saying. Like yes and.
All right. Well, the yes and philosophy is basically that if someone says something in an improv scene, you just go yes and you go with it.
Yeah,
instead
you
of
go
saying
with it and you
no,
build on
but.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, because to block someone is not a great thing to do.
Yeah,
in
because it's
improv.
very vulnerable
Because
to
yeah,
give out an
and so
offer.
you leave someone high and dry. So do you think we did good yes anding there?
I think so. I mean, I was trying to. I went on your little fire tangent, and then
Yeah.
when I felt like that we'd milked all we could out of that, I then diverted us back to the main path.
Mm.
What do you think?
Okay. I think that we could have gone through the fire thing for longer.
Okay. Well,
I
I'm
think that
also
could
in
have
the
been
interest of this podcast, like, we don't have to fill a whole hour or 90 minutes with
No.
one offer. So I thought,
I guess I thought the fire thing could have been the whole sketch.
right. Okay.
And we could have discussed the whole
We could
joke
have
about,
we
like,
could have gone into some
my
fire.
one weakness, fire,
Right,
and it's like,
okay.
that's everyone's weakness kind of thing.
All right. Okay. All right. Well,
But this is why it's improv. This is
Yeah.
why you don't debrief improv. All right, our next offer. Are we saying who the offers are from? Who was that offer
yeah,
from?
yeah. We can. That was from Dan from Hawaii. Thank you, Dan.
All right, this one is from Alan Smithy. Keanu Reeves tries to trick the cashier at 7-Eleven into thinking they're in the Matrix to get out of paying. So Keanu Reeves is trying to make the cashier think they're in the Matrix.
Right. So
Like
now,
the cashier is in the Matrix.
Okay. Do you want to be the cashier or Keanu?
I'm. What can you do a Keanu voice?
No, I can't. I feel like you can.
Ah,
But then I
Right.
feel like the whole idea of this scene is to know but Keanu.
right.
Let's just see how it goes.
Depends how smart the cashier is,
Yeah.
I guess. Okay, what am I... okay. Yeah, I'll just get these... All my impressions of celebrities sound the same.
Yeah.
This is my Nicolas Cage voice. This is my Keanu Reeves voice. Yeah, I'll just get this Arizona iced tea.
Cool. That'll be $100.
It's famously 99 cents.
Sorry, due to import fees. Welcome to New Zealand, Keanu.
Wow. Well, did you know that import fees aren't real? None of this is real.
Really?
Yes.
What do you What do you
Yes.
mean?
Well, what if I told you that's literally a line from The Matrix?
Oh my gosh! Like your
What if I
movie, The
told-
Matrix.
Like my movie, The Matrix. What if I told you that
Oh
was
my
based on a
gosh.
true story?
Oh my gosh! I always thought it was a trans allegory.
Yeah, yeah, it is, absolutely. You can do a trans reading of it, you can do a feminist reading of it, or a communist reading of it. That's the glory of film studies and,
Right. Wow.
and film criticism.
Right. So that's the true story part.
That's the true story part, but also the true story part is that we live in a simulation.
Oh my gosh! What?
Anyway, I don't think I should have to pay $100 for this Arizona iced tea.
Okay. Well, what if I could give you a discount?
Okay, what kind of discount? Are we talking?
$99.
Yeah, all right, that sounds good.
Right. The discount isn't $99 off. I'm discounting it to $99.
Keanu Reeves flies away.
Oh my gosh. He was telling the truth. And I learned
cool.
something about life. Me, the
So
cashier.
you did a real interesting thing there, which was bringing up a topic that's very easy to accidentally offend someone with during improv. To be clear, I like to think of myself as an ally, but if you're asking me to improv and you bring up a subject like that, I'm just like, I don't know what to say here. I'm still learning. I'm just moving away from that completely.
All right. Okay. Okay. Our next one comes to us from Vincent Lara. And this is a Nolan fanboy trying to convince a stranger that Tenet is worth risking public safety to see in a theater.
This is good.
All right.
What a good scenario.
Do you want to be the Nolan fanboy or the stranger?
I'll be the stranger.
Yeah.
Because I feel like both times the onus has been on me to review of something.
Yeah.
So you be the stranger.
I was hoping you wouldn't notice for another 62 suggestions.
Go.
How about this
I'm
line,
just sitting in the park. I'm sitting in the park reading my book. Oh God.
Oh,
I just want to read my book.
pretty tired. Oh.
You're tired?
Yeah, just sat through a pretty long movie.
You went to a movie?
Yeah,
To be honest, you're actually a bit too close to me right now. Do you mind?
Oh,
backing off
no
a
worries,
couple of
brother. No worries. Yeah, just need a rest. Mine's been racing for the last 3 hours. Oh,
That's cool.
yeah. Oh.
Nice.
Oh.
Don't cough
Yeah.
on me, please, sir. We're in a pandemic. All right. I'm probably going to leave. If this was a video game, you failed the simulation.
Come back. Ugh.
Are you okay? Do you need me to call the COVID people?
No, what I need you to call is movie phone. And
Okay.
I need you to find out the times for Tenet, the new Christopher Nolan movie, and I need you to go watch it. It's in the interest of public safety. I will die if you don't see this movie.
I would rather not
Sir,
be packed in.
need I remind you that
I'm
this
a
is an improv scene and you are contractually obligated to yes and me. Now,
Right.
will you go see Tenet in the theatre?
No, but I will consider watching it when it comes out on DVD in like a month. That's clearly the better option. I mean, how important would a cinema grade audio visual system be to a Christopher Nolan movie? I mean, I watched Dunkirk on my iPhone.
Well, you, sir, are not worth my time.
My
and
name is Shelley.
Just
I'm a mother
so
of 3.
that Daddy Nolan still gets my fun bucks, I'm going to see Tenet one more time. Okay, the scene. See, that was a bit of life, art imitating life when I actually started coughing, and we had to work into the scene. That's what good improv is.
That's what good improv is. All right, Dr. Barrel has our next offer for us. A hardcore vegan is trying to convince Hannibal Lecter to become a vegan. Why is it all convincing? Why is it all convincing,
guys?
guys?
I wonder if, do you want to be the vegan or the Hannibal?
I will be... What, can you do a Hannibal impression? That's what it comes down to.
Okay, I'll try.
All right, I'll be the vegan. All right, what's a vegan voice? Just this real offensive. And the vegans just sound like normal people. Okay. Hey, brother. I couldn't help but notice that you were eating some meat at this barbecue that we're both at. This mutual friends barbecue that we're both at.
Yes.
And I was just wondering, you seem to have only got meat on your plate. Have you considered any of the roast veggie kebabs we've got going on here?
I am partial to some fava beans and a nice Chianti.
Oh, that's great. We don't have either of them at this barbecue, but we do have... You can't barbecue beans, sadly. We do have wine, I think. We have beer. That's
okay.
That's we have the Chianti of beer.
Well, you see, the thing is that
yes,
I brought my own tin of beans. Do you have a cast iron skillet? We could pop that on.
You'll have to ask our mutual friend because I also don't live here.
I'll go over to her now. Hello, Clarice.
Am I Clarice now?
Yes.
Dr. Lecter. I'm so glad you could make it.
I was just wondering, Do you have a problem with me eating meat here?
It depends, of course, on the kind of meat you're eating, Doctor.
Just a little long pork.
That feels like a reference to something, but
No. Just me, just being silly, and I've got such a long amount of pork on my plate. My voice is like completely changed, but
oh well, I'm just so glad you could make it here. I mean, I love having all my friends for dinner.
So do I.
Is that the scene?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I feel like that's our best one yet. I changed characters. I did an all right. What's your name?
Jodie Foster.
Jodie Foster impression.
Okay, this one is again from Dan from Hawaii. I feel like it's gonna be the same, like 4 or 5 people just sending a lot of requests. So Zac Efron and Corbin Bleu on the set of High School Musical 3 senior year, whereupon they discover that Corbin has no featured song outside of The Boys Are Back. Now, who wants to play Corbin?
I'll play Corbin.
Okay.
Wait, can you read the scene again?
So Zac and Corbin are on the set of High School Musical 3, whereupon they discover that Corbin has no featured song outside of The Boys Are Back.
Okay.
Zac,
how's it going?
Hey, sorry, bro. Just yeah, no, it's fine. Yeah. Oh no, yeah. Oh, happy to sign it. Yeah.
I also have stuff to
sign. Sorry, no, I think they're in a rush.
I've got
sorry,
a
Corbin.
Corbin, Jump coming out.
What is up? What is up, bro? Anything
I was just looking.
man.
I was just looking at my Wikipedia page. Do you know I have the 3rd most translated Wikipedia page in the world?
Wow, bro,
behind
that's
Obama
awesome,
and Jesus.
man. Oh, bro.
What are you doing with your life?
Oh, I'm dating Vanessa Hudgens. I'm gonna be in Hairspray.
Were you dating her at this point?
Yeah, I am. Sorry, you
Okay.
might. Sorry, bro. I don't know if that got back to you, but we had a big we threw a party last week. I sent you an invite. I know I did. I know I did, bro.
Oh, that's okay. I was too busy working on Jump, the only other movie I know that Corbin Bleu is. That I know that I'm in.
Yeah, bro. That was so nice of you to give your dad a role in that.
Yeah.
Even though you have different last names. I saw your ad on Disney Channel, bro. That was tight.
That was tight, yeah. So, hey, have you read the script for 3 for senior year?
Man, Scream. Oh, I'm really looking forward to the spinning hallway. That's gonna be sick.
Yeah. Have you I feel like, am I not a good character in this franchise?
Oh, bro, you're the heart and soul of this franchise, bro. Like,
Well,
honestly,
I
bro.
only
Like,
have-
if we took out your character. His name, Chad Danforth.
Yeah.
We would. Oh my god! Like we would lose the trilogy. Are you thinking of leaving?
No. Okay, so here's my problem. I feel like I added a lot to High School Musical 2.
Bro, I don't
feel
dance.
like
Best song of the franchise, bro.
Right, I think that the homoerotic subtext there was a risk for me as an actor in 2007.
Yeah, man.
Like there was a risk that I took. That I took, and I agreed with Kenny Ortega that we should do it. I agreed with the guy who plays
Lucas Grabeel.
Lucas Grabeel.
Lucas, what's up? Hey, I can see you, bro.
Yeah, look at him. And I thought I interpreted that as a step forward in the development of my character.
Right, yeah.
And I'm just reading the script and the track list for High School Musical 3. And it appears that I only really have one song, and it's a duet with you, which is fine.
Yeah, the boys are back, bro. I can't wait to the junkyard at night. That's gonna be sick, bro.
The boy is back. I don't know if the boys are back, which is ironic because that's sort of what the song is about. But I just, do you think you could speak to Kenny, the director? Kenny, the director.
I don't know if we have that kind of relationship. Like,
I just feel like there could be more development between me and Lucas's character. I feel like there could be.
Right.
There could, even if we, I know it's only 2011, 10, 9. And we probably can't go full-blown gay love story in High School Musical 3, but I still think we can drop some of those breadcrumbs for people who had noticed it in High School
No,
Musical
no, no,
2.
no, no. See, the thing
Maybe
is,
it could be confirmed here.
well, okay, I don't know how far you got in the script, but you and Ryan are both straight, dude. Like, you've got
What?
female characters that you end up together with.
No.
Like,
no. Well,
okay. Look,
Chad would leave his girlfriend by the end of the. Chad should leave his girlfriend, and me and Lucas Grabeel's character, it like leaves it ambiguous. Surely that's what should happen.
No. It's Corbin.
Zach.
It's 2009. I mean, maybe in 10 years' time, if they were making another Star Wars film, imagine that. Then you could do something like
stupid.
that. But now we need to make, we need to have characters that are the opposite gender and the same color skin as you, so that we don't have an interracial gay romance. The world might be ready for that in 2019, in a major blockbuster. But right now, we have to create those characters to prove that you're straight.
All right.
Even though we're not creating the characters that already exist, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. I mean, that I don't know if any Star Wars films are going to happen again in the future. But if they do, I think at least they wouldn't be made by Disney, you know. So
yeah. Oh my gosh, the fucking noose around our necks of this franchise. Oh my god.
Yeah.
If only this was
absolutely.
a Warner Brothers original movie. Oh. I'd settle even for Nickelodeon. All right, that's time.
Yeah. Now that was cult Popturian improv, dude.
It was, yeah.
That was a cult Popture scene.
All right.
Nice. All right. Dan also suggests way down the bottom. I might skip a few after this one because I feel bad for missing everyone out in the middle.
And just do it with Dan's.
Dan says, two podcasters realize they are long lost brothers while recording a sponsor plug.
Okay. Can I get a brand that we would be sponsoring?
Shall I ask the Discord?
Yeah.
Can someone give me a brand
that we would be promoting?
We would be promoting.
All right. Let's hope someone starts writing.
They won't shut up in the other channels, tell you what.
Okay, shall we do another one? We'll come back to that one.
Okay.
Dan himself is writing.
Dan himself.
All
right, let's see what it is. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. Kiwi work. All right, I don't know what that is, but I guess we can make that up.
I don't think it's real. Yeah.
Whatever, that's fine. Hey guys, thank you for listening to this episode. Just want to take a quick break to thank our sponsor for this episode. Richard, do you have a problem where once a month you find yourself out of money? You know, it's the day before payday. You want to get Uber Eats, but you're down to your last
and I don't
dollar.
want to have to go to one of those loan sharks who are going to break my knees.
No. Well, the great thing about living in New Zealand is that we don't have sharks here. Well, we do have Kiwis. And Kiwis work, and KiwiWork is our sponsor for this episode. KiwiWork is a credit loan company which will
deals in small loans, payday advances, but without all those nasty interest fees.
Exactly, and what KiwiWork actually does is work from an insurance pool of other KiwiWork members. It only costs $15 to sign up, and when you need that extra money, it actually comes from within the other users of KiwiWork. So it's Kiwis working to pay for each other. It's like a mini tax situation.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, I could really use this, Richard, because when I was young and got my first job growing up in a small town, you wouldn't have heard of it. It was a small town called Burnside in Christchurch.
Oh my god, yeah, I grew up right next to Burnside.
Oh, awesome! That's great. I grew up actually in an orphanage. I don't know if we've talked about that much
Oh,
on the
really?
podcast before. Yeah. I don't. My parents. I never met my parents. I was told that I wasn't an orphan. I know I just said I lived in an orphanage. But I was told
Right.
that my parents were overwhelmed by the amount of children they had, and so they dumped me off in an orphanage. And I did a lot of odd jobs around the
That's
house.
crazy. Yeah. Because so you must have been like quite a community. So the Kiwi Work brand of like Kiwis
Mm,
helping each other, must be quite, yeah, personal to you. Growing up in an orphanage with all those people, it's similar. Like with me, I
yeah.
grew up with like we had quite a large family with lots of brothers and sisters. Um,
Right.
like yeah, and because my parents were so overwhelmed with children, to use
Mm.
your phrase from earlier, they, we would have to chip in because they're taking care of us, and we would kind of in turn take care of them.
Mm. Well, that's cool, and that's sort of the heart and soul of Kiwi work is the idea that we're all family, we're all
Mm,
brothers, and we're all sisters.
yeah.
Um, and so I never met my family, but my the kind of like head of the orphanage
Mm.
knew them, and they would always go over for like pork chops and
Oh my
and
gosh,
and
no, my mum
barbecues.
made the best pork chops. Like,
Right?
we had the
Yeah.
growing up. We had these they worked at like some kind of charity, and whenever they would come over, mum would make
Mm.
pork chops.
What Wait, what charity was this?
Uh I honestly, it can't, it was some kind of like Salvation Army. They
Right.
worked with kids.
Yeah. Okay. So the point I was making
Yeah,
is
yeah, yeah,
that
yeah.
that same Kiwi spirit of helping each other out, helping out your fellow brothers and sisters, whether they be related to you or not,
Yeah.
is really important to our nation's
Because at
identity.
times it is easy to feel like being a New Zealander, that you feel so secluded from the rest of the world, and
Mm.
we've all got kind of personal things as well. Like for instance, I've got a third nipple, so does everyone in my family, and
That
we like
what?
I've always felt like a bit of a freak growing up. But when
Wait,
finding that small community, to help each other.
wait. How many nipples do you have?
Three.
I have three nipples.
What? What? Like the third one? It's not like a nipple. It's like a
No, it's on the same areola, but it's another nipple.
right.
Is it the same with you?
Yeah.
Do you have a a lightning bolt scar on your butt?
I have.
Why would it be a scar? A birthmark?
Yeah, yeah. I do.
Oh my god! Wait,
What a massive coincidence. Anyway, Kiwi work.
yeah. Let's get back to the show.
All right. Very good.
I hope people enjoy this.
All
All
right.
right,
Okay.
let's do. Let's keep this around an hour. I don't want to torture people with any more than an hour. So
Okay.
we've got about 20 or so minutes left.
All right. Okay, here we go. Here's two. Okay, there's two almost identical ones. We can choose which one to do. Doc tries to explain 2020 to Marty so they can figure out where to go back in time and see everything right. Or Rick tries to explain 2020 to Morty so they can try and figure out which alien civilization is slowly trying to destroy Earth and why.
Interesting. So I feel like doing a Rick and Morty impression is cringier than doing a Doc and Marty
Right.
impression.
Okay. So
But
let's do-
I'm probably equally as good or bad at both.
Well, they just sound the same. All right, should we do Doc and Marty?
Okay.
Do you want to be Doc or
Which one
Marty?
do you... I will be Marty.
Okay. So I just thought to explain. Set the scene for me.
Okay. I'm with Jennifer, and we've just got back from a time travel adventure, and I'm seeing her for the first time in a long time, and I'm talking about how we're going to go camping together.
Right, and it's 1985.
Yeah.
Okay. The DeLorean comes crashing through your living room. I'm wearing a mask.
Whoa, Doc, what's going on?
Marty, you gotta come with me.
What's going on, Doc?
There's this.
Why'd you crash through my living room?
There's no time to explain. We can.
Why are you wearing a mask?
There's this pandemic, Marty.
What?
It's not you that I'm worried about. It's the future.
Why did you crash through my living room then, Doc? We might need to go back in time and stop this from happening real quick, Doc, before we go and stop a pandemic.
Okay, side adventure. Whoa, travel back in time to 5 minutes ago. The DeLorean waits by the driveway. Moments later, a flash of lightning. The DeLorean appears in the driveway. Our DeLorean crashes into it, thus changing the future.
Oh no, this is heavy, Doc.
Oh, Marty, I'm dying.
Why would you tell me that after I've been in the car with you in an enclosed breathing space?
Marty, no, I think it's when we crashed into my past self.
Oh, I thought you meant because of the pandemic.
And Doc
Wait,
died.
maybe we can go back in time and stop this from happening.
Very good scene. All right.
Okay, that was fun. All right, let's go to Zek says Major Tom literally telling ground control whose shirt he's wearing for the papers. I don't understand this.
Wait, sorry, read it again.
Sorry, Zek, I don't get the reference.
Read it again.
Major Tom literally telling ground control whose shirt he's wearing for the papers.
Right, it's Space Oddity by David Bowie.
I got that much, but I don't understand.
It's the and the papers want to know whose shirt you wear.
Okay. Do I need to know any more information?
No, I guess not.
So, is Major Tom David Bowie or is ground control David Bowie?
It switches.
Okay, so we'd both be doing David Bowie.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's do that then.
All right, so do you want to be ground control or Major Tom?
I'll be ground control.
This is Major Tom to ground control.
Hello, Major Tom. This is ground control. We read you loud and clear.
Tell my wife I love her very much.
She's right here.
She knows. You don't need to tell her that.
She's with me now. She heard what you said. I'm not letting her speak into the microphone.
All right, is there anything you wanted from me?
I think the onus is on you, according to the wording.
Okay.
You might want something from me.
I just thought you might want to know something about me. But I guess I'll just tell you things about me, unprompted.
But isn't it Major Tom telling ground control whose shirt he's wearing?
Yes, because ground control says they want to know
Oh,
whose
okay.
shirt.
Okay.
Wait, before you go, Major Tom.
Oh, yes, hello, yes, I'm still here.
Got such a peripheral knowledge of David Bowie.
What shirt are you? Whose shirt are you wearing?
Well, this is a piece by Alexander Todd McLean.
I'm calling the scene. I can't see this going.
Well, that was we just needed to...
Oh my god! All right, give me another. Okay.
AJ tries to sell Richard on the fact that rotten fruit tastes better. from the Almighty Watcher.
Richard,
Yeah, bro.
try it, bro.
Try what?
Try this apple.
That apple looks pretty old.
Yeah, that's what's so good about it. It's like juice already. It's like, you know how they were trying to make those alternatives to water bottles where it was just like a very thin seaweed parcel filled with water and you just throw it in your mouth and bite down and that's how you get water.
Right.
It's like that.
Okay. Still, I'd probably just rather have one of those.
Right. Well, this is like that, but it's lumpy juice.
Maybe, okay, you take a bite out of it.
Oh, I've had my fill.
Right. So you don't like, I mean, probably just a normal apple would taste better, wouldn't it?
It tastes different. I don't know if it tastes better. It's not a situation of one's better than the other. I think that they each have their place.
Okay, so, I mean, because you texted me and said, Richard, I'm going to try sell you on the fact that rotten fruit tastes better, and that was kind of what I came into this exchange knowing, and now you're not really going with that.
Well, it's not that it tastes better, it's that it's underrated. It's that I want to say it tastes better to try and catch the attention of people because people are so quick to write it off.
Right, so it's like when you say that Borat 2 is better than Hamilton.
It's exactly like that.
Oh, we can end it there.
Okay.
All right, we got another one?
Yep. Well, I can get another one. There's so many I don't want to do. I know I shouldn't be reading them ahead of time. Some of these are good. I just don't want to do them all, and I don't want to. All right, just gonna pick one at random. Ash Ketchum. This is from Zek. Ash Ketchum trying to have a DMC with Pikachu, knowing full well that what Pikachu will reply with, and also knowing he probably can't comprehend what is being said either. What's a DMC?
Is that what people call, like we call them deep and meaningfuls here? D&Ms? Like you have a late night D&M?
Yeah.
I imagine it's deep and meaningful conversation. According to Urban Dictionary it is. Whoever wrote that, interestingly, that's not what we call them here. But that's very interesting to know that we have a different thing.
Dibs being Pikachu.
Okay. Hey, Pikachu!
It's just Kirk Van Houten.
Pikachu!
Pika? Pikachu?
I've been really thinking about Misty lately.
Pika?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if she likes me very much.
Pikachu? Pikachu.
What's a guy to do?
Listen, Ash. I hate to be the one to tell you this, but it's been years. Misty's really not into you, bro.
What? We've been texting a little bit, but she always says she doesn't have time.
She cares about you a lot, dude, like she does. But she's just not into you, and to be honest, it's actually starting to reflect poorly on you, the sort of amount of pressure you're clearly putting on her.
Right, I might just send her a message though, just to be like, hey,
Ash, you have something very special with Misty. It's called a friendship. And if that's not good enough for you, then maybe you need to consider distancing yourself altogether.
Ah, thanks, Pikachu. I always knew I could count on you. Come here, buddy.
Pika!
Pikachu.
There you go. Pikachu. Pikachu.
Peter.
Peter. Okay. That was good. I enjoyed that one.
Here we go.
I like these shorter ones a lot more.
J.K. Rowling's publicist confronting her after she posted, Hogwarts didn't always have bathrooms. Before adopting Muggle plumbing methods in the 18th century, witches and wizards simply relieved themselves where they stood and vanished the evidence on the Pottermore Twitter.
All right, who do you want to be?
I'll be I'll be the publicist.
Okay, I'm J.K. Rowling.
This will be a phone call, I imagine.
Okay.
Ring, ring.
Hello, you've reached Joanna.
Hi, Joe. It's Malcolm.
Malcolm!
Hello. Just been on Twitter.
Yes,
You'll
see I'm going hard.
Yes. We need to maybe have a wee chat about your Twitter.
Mm.
Do
Why?
you really think that that's the most appropriate thing you could be posting?
How do you know what I'm about to post?
I don't know what you're about to post. What I'm talking about is what you just posted, which
Oh,
is
right.
that.
I thought you were talking about what I just drafted up. It's really going to make a splash in the in the fan base.
Okay. After what you've just said about witches and wizards shitting all over Hogwarts,
Very important.
I would love to know what you're about to post next.
I was about to post that people who dress up as women shouldn't be in women's bathrooms. It's related. It's related to bathrooms.
When you say people who dress up as women,
yes, that is an intentional character decision I've made as J.K. Rowling, and not an indication of how maybe someone portraying me in an improv sketch would think of
right.
trans woman as being. They want to get into the bathroom and they want to behave like the wizards in my stories and shit all over the floor. That's what this is all about.
Right.
It's always been about bathrooms.
So right, okay. So this is
people think
really
I'm a
your...
turf. People think I'm adding too much to the Harry Potter. I'm just obsessed with bathrooms. It all comes down to that.
I'm J.K. Rowling and I love shitting everywhere. Okay. Go to the next one.
Okay. Richard has this is from Dan from Hawaii. Richard has a big issue with the new Jonestown video AJ is making. So let's, for the sake of simplicity, I'm making a video about Jonestown. not referring to an old Patreon tier that we've now retired where I would make videos for people.
I was going to go with that, but...
I just think this is less confusing if you just do.
Well, okay, there's a Patreon tier where for $30 AJ would make a video of your choice.
If there's anything improv needs, it's context.
Well, that's what he's asking for. Anyway, AJ, hey bro.
Hey man.
So this script you've sent me for your video about the Jonestown massacre. What was that? Because I remember when Dan from Hawaii bought the Jonestown tier, he said to make a video about one of the greatest moments in history, and you've chosen this mass suicide.
Well, it's ironic.
Right, okay, because that's not really coming across in the script. It's coming across very sincere. You're really looking up to what's his name? Jim Jones? Is that it? Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, he's my father. And also, it's technically not regarded as a mass suicide, but a mass killing because a lot of
AJ, see, that's the thing. You seem to be hung up on these little details. Like, you're saying, like, oh, here we are, like, at the start, it says, like, I want to talk to you about one of the greatest things that's ever happened in human history. Now,
Correct.
I know you're thinking mass suicide is sad, but it's not actually a mass suicide, it's mass killing. And somehow you like think that makes it better?
It certainly makes it better for the people who died. They're not labelled as people who killed themselves. They're labelled
right, okay.
As
and so you're trying to rewrite history and turn this into a positive thing?
I'm trying to look at the bright side of things because I think we need to do that. I think we need to look more at the bright side.
Right.
Certain
did you have any other ideas? Like, is this the first one you landed on, or were there other ones?
Yeah. I was looking at Titanic.
Oh yeah.
That's long enough ago to not be super offensive. if I make
Okay, what
jokes
about
about.
more recent ones?
No, nothing yet.
Nothing for
No
the last
ideas
20
for them
years?
yet. To be honest, Jonestown's almost a little bit too recent in itself for me to be fully comfortable making jokes about. But Titanic's fine. They crashed into an iceberg.
All
A
right.
bunch of people died.
Okay, right. Do you maybe want to draft up a script about that then?
Do you want some of this ketamine, dude?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, bro. Now you'll get it.
Okay. All right, here we go. Here's a good one that I think will really shine out. This is from Zek as well.
Should we
Tom
make this
Brady.
the final one.
Tom Brady begging Bill Belichick to trade for him to return to the Pats after making the worst decision of his career. Okay, I'll be Tom Brady, you be Bill Belichick. Bill,
Tom!
trade for me to return to the Pats. You've made the worst decision of your career.
I cannot do that, Tom.
All right.
You know I can't, Tom.
That was-
You know
that was a
how
good
this
one.
works. You know how football bureaucracy works.
I'm Tom fucking Brady. I don't have to
And
know
I'm
how things work.
Bill something. And listen to me, Tom. You think you're Tom fucking Brady? Let me tell you, Tom. You ain't shit.
You ain't even
shit.
Marsha Brady.
You are a pawn in the chess game of football.
All right, very good.
I don't know any of what that was about.
Yeah.
Well, I know a little bit. Okay, here, let's make this the last one.
Aw.
Yeah? This is from Alan Smithy. Spider-Man goes more into detail about how his suit chafes with that dude in the elevator.
Joey Spider-Man or the dude?
I'll be the dude.
I knew you were going to be the dude.
It's the more fun character. Cool Spidey suit.
Yeah, it's a little tied around the crotch area.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, really. Chafe City, population 2. My thighs.
Very good. I thought you were going to say your balls.
No. Oh my gosh, though. Bloody swimming in sweat, though.
So where'd you get your Spider-Man suit from?
San Diego Comic-Con.
Interesting.
Mm.
It's weird that they would have suits for a real life person at a Comic Con
Well, why wouldn't they?
because
Well,
it's
they've
usually
made
fiction.
comics of Spider-Man.
In this universe.
Yeah, and what do you mean in this universe? There's one universe, dude. Then there's a whole fucking universe of chafing going on in my undergarments.
Interesting. Okay, so, sorry, yeah, come on in. So there's more people getting on the elevator.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Hey
just
guys.
up, please.
Oh, I was just telling this dude over here.
My name is Taylor.
Hey Taylor, bro. My bro Taylor. We were just comparing ball sweat. And Taylor was just about to show me his.
My ball sweat.
Yeah.
All right, I'll get a napkin and wipe my balls and show you the napkin. This is where improv goes, is to ball sweat. All right, I'm happy to call it there, Richard. What do you think?
Yeah. I mean, if we want.
Well,
But,
maybe
you know,
we
we
could
can
do-
call it anywhere because we didn't have to do this at all.
Maybe we could do part 2 of this at some point in the future because we've got this thread here. We can always
Yeah.
go back and look at it. So, what did you learn anything about improv?
Yeah, I learnt that we're real good at it.
That's good. That's the most important thing to learn. Okay, so thank you very much, everybody, for listening. If this is your first episode of Cold Popture, I cannot imagine you'll be returning for a second episode. But it's usually a bit more focused and specific than this. But thank you very much for listening. You can, of course, find all our social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Acast, iTunes, all the places you can watch our videos or listen to our podcast at all those places at Cold Popture everywhere, or you can email us at coldpopturemedia@gmail.com. Join the Discord, which is where we're getting all these questions from, where you can talk to us daily. So that's pretty
And
cool.
nightly.
And nightly. And we also have a Patreon, patreon.com/coldpopture. Jump on there, come say hi. in I guess one of the things we post on Patreon. And yes, stay tuned for the post-credit scene after this music ends. I hope this was a good episode, and I'm very sorry if it's a complete and utter disaster. Hopefully it wasn't, though. It's hard to tell.
Yeah, it'd be fun to do a part 2 of this, because it was not very much prep work.
There's a I often find myself thinking an episode wasn't very good, and then I go back and edit it, and I'm like, this episode's fine. So
And then it comes out and everyone goes,
the
the episode was real bad.
Yeah, exactly.
But
thank
just
you
to
for
finish
listening.
on, we should, let's, what else have we got? Can you tell that this guy is French?
You'd think, you'd think it'd be more. When I was a teenager, I made up a character, French character called Pierre. Anyway, I will not be performing that character. Thank you, everybody. Good night. Bye.
And good morning.
All right, and welcome along to the post-credit scene. This is the scene at the end of each episode where, for $5 or more on Patreon, you get to give us something to talk about. That's over at patreon.com/Popture. Head on over there now if you want to ask us a question for the post-credit scene. Richard, what is the post-credits question, and who is it from?
All right, this is from Andrew Harding, who says, "Hey there, Richard and AJ. I had a question for an after credit scene. Your film franchise Four Nights on Blade made me remember how Del Toro basically just reused his creepy vampires in his series The Strain, right down to doing the vampire autopsy again. Can you think of any other times that creators just recycled their own work or took a second shot at an idea? Thanks in advance. Stay cool, Andrew." You stay cool as well, Andrew. But the kind of the one like obvious example I thought of is there's like in Transformers 3, there's like shots that Michael Bay just reused from the first one, and there's like a car crash that was in the island that's in one of the Transformers movies as well, and it's like it's legitimately just the exact same footage. But yeah, in terms of directors taking a second shot at an idea, have you got any?
Well, I know that there's classic examples, like isn't the El Mariachi trilogy kind of just the same film?
Yeah.
A couple of times. That's Robert Rodriguez. Same with Evil Dead 1 and 2 is basically Evil Dead 2 is basically Evil Dead, but with more comedy
budget now,
added to it and a higher budget. Yeah. I know that this is an example that I've talked about before, but a TV show writer that I'm a somewhat of a fan of, named Brian Fuller, who created one of my favorite TV shows of all time called Pushing Daisies. He has sort of, I don't know if anyone else has noticed, but he's reused the same concepts, and like, because all his shows get cancelled, and so he reuses the same concepts over and over again. So like his first show was called Wonder Falls, and that was, in terms of like stylization, very similar looking to Pushing Daisies, and then Pushing Daisies came out and was like exact same looking kind of show, which is very bright Tim Burton-esque, colourful kind of thing. And then the show he made after Pushing Daisies was Hannibal, which is probably his most famous work to date, based on the Hannibal the Cannibal series.
You might remember from earlier in this podcast.
This is the Mads Mikkelsen version as Hannibal. And I always thought it was real interesting that Pushing Daisies was about a guy who could, with one touch, bring dead people back to life for a minute and ask who killed them, and would try solve the mystery based on the clues that the dead person would give them. And the kind of gimmick of Pushing Daisies was that all the deaths were these like radical, like colourful, cartoony deaths. So there were things like the classic one was a lady got harpooned to a lighthouse spotlight, and so her body, because she had like a yellow and white rain jacket on, looked like a fried egg, because she was, when she was touched again and came back to life, she looks like a fried egg. fast forward to Hannibal, and you've got a show about a detective who has like this quasi supernatural ability to put himself in crime scenes and sympathize with the murderer to help solve crime. So he has sort of a way to get an inside knowledge of the murder. And the deaths in Hannibal were also very spectacular. There was a totem pole of bodies. There was a couple dead corpses whose like backs had been opened and looked like angel wings, and they were in a prayer position. And there's like one guy whose throat had been cut open and his vocal cords were used as like violin strings and things like that. And I don't know if anyone else figured it out, but like I remember watching it and being like, this is dark and grisly pushing daisies. It's the exact same MO. It's the exact same premise, that it's a crime solver who has a way of understanding more than your average person about a crime, investigates cartoonish, violent murders. You know, it's just one takes it very seriously and one is kind of silly about it.
That's cool. Yeah, that's a really good observation. Another one is that The Leftovers is like Damon Lindelof just like recycling ideas from Lost and like refining them.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's essentially like, yeah, you can see watching The Leftovers. It's very clearly like the next evolution of Lost.
Nice, and I've seen Watchmen, which feels like
the next evolution of The Leftovers.
Yeah. I'm gonna watch The Leftovers next year. I'm gonna watch a bunch of TV shows next year.
Yeah. AJ's thing is he's gonna watch TV shows and get into TV and games.
Yeah, that's me. That's my New Year's resolution.